Hi, I'm back again, and this time with something I call the inverse Duna lander. And you see why it's an inverse, because the pod is at the bottom of the lander, so it's kind of strange way of staging reverse from the normal way how we do as the pod is on the top. So going up the usual way, it's quite boring at this point already, or not. Some things fall apart. I had to turn off the SAS for a while because otherwise it caused these oscillations I couldn't find. So that was the point of turning it off. Yeah, so we are in a position uh, to do a correct launch window start for Duna, and this is what we'll do. So this is again something that happened like 1,000 times already. So yeah, do it. Actually, I had to throttle back because I thought the burn would be longer, but it was quite short. So I didn't want to miss my opportunity in this launch window, so I throttled back. Yeah, fine tuning. Yeah. It's there. Yeah, I got a hit. It's there. I'm just flying through the solar system and finally get to Duna. And here, the usual aero braking. I mean, first aero capture and then aero braking. And actually, because this lander had somewhat less fuel in the transfer stage than the previous chemical engine powered one, uh, I ran out of fuel during the circularization, so I ended up with something like 72 times 105 kilometers orbit, which was quite circular. Actually, I also did the error here, so I did the inclination change to the wrong direction. I had to correct it back, so probably that was the cause. Yeah, the space debris falls back to the surface, and I'm here with this return stage and the lander itself. So ready to separate. Just set up it so that it will always get sunshine. However, it rotates. So because of the solar cells. So I'm going down with this kind of strange looking device, and yeah, the usual way I planned it to land inside one of these huge planes because it's better. Actually, this design has several advantages than the normal ones. I can easily discard parts which are not needed anymore. Also, the center of mass is lower, the legs spread wider, so it's more stable. I have more parachutes, so actually I need to burn a little bit only during the descent. And yes, I was there. Very nice. Just planting the flag, getting all the three cameras out for the show, because what else to do with them? Kind of glamour shot. Yeah, here we are, the lander with the moon hike. So yeah, we can go back. Not always successful. Actually, Jeb ended up upside down, but can discard the parachutes. And now I have to wait for the launch window again. Yeah, it's taking a very long time. The nice thing here that we can see one of the planets do a retrograde movement. Yeah, just now they started back again in a normal way. Yeah, this is what was so fascinating for the ancients. Why do they do that? And they didn't know it. It was so strange that they call them planets wanderers. So going up, discarding the legs and these additional tanks. Actually, maybe those tanks are not really needed. So now this last stage and the pod is remaining. And doing the usual rendezvous, getting a very similar orbit, just lower one, and then do a burn for an exact rendezvous when the time is right. And this one ended up a little bit better than the previous one, because the previous one, when I discarded the last stage, I had to do that because of the docking. Here I don't actually. Here I could do the complete docking with this ascent stage, But here when I discarded it, it didn't push me that much as the previous one, so that was also another advantage. But still, I had some problems after that, so I wasn't reacting quite fast or fast enough. So I drifted a little bit apart, but nonetheless, the docking was successful. And at this point, it wasn't really a challenge, but yeah, I wasn't doing as well as I expected to. So here I go, quite close. Now I discard this, and it falls back to the surface, so will not leave a debris. So here was the point where I went past uh, the other module, so now I had to do the docking again or start it again, and here I go, and yep, it was a success. So this stage has a very little fuel left, much less than the previous Duna lander I did, and because of that I had to be extra careful. And, here I had to wait for Ike to get out of the way, because yeah, that would be more. It would be better just considering the delta V, but I cannot plot the course this way, so I cannot design the course that way. So it's better to just wait until it leaves. So here's my burn. Yeah, and I love these tiny Rocomex edges. So these are very good. Small, very small mass. Moderate ISP, that's true, but they are really small and huge thrust. So here I am with the encounter fine tuning it, and I lost some delta V on this one. But after that, it was the usual error capture and error braking as I do it. And I could circularize to my 72 kilometers orbit. It was a little bit elliptic, but yeah, I lost some fuel on these inclination changes. So I just had 1 unit of fuel left when I discarded this return stage just outside of the atmosphere. Well, that was enough, and that was the point. I got back and I could land safely at the space center. Otherwise, I wouldn't have needed this much fuel, so I could have just fallen to the surface anywhere, and that's fine because capsule is tough. Here I was burning some fuel inside the atmosphere to keep me on my orbit. It was needed to get to the space center, otherwise I just would have fallen to the sea or some other unknown area. So here I am, just discarding the last stage, and okay, here, nice. Actually, that stage remained with me for quite a long time. You can see it here. Maybe I started with the parachute too soon, and in the last seconds I used the remaining monopropellant to brake. Thanks for watching. Bye.